I drifted in the void, my consciousness stretched across eons. Once I had a body, friends, a home amongst the stars. That was lifetimes ago, so long now I scarcely remembered any of it. What I did recall were fragments, flashes of worlds both strange and familiar. Blue skies and red grass, silver towers that brushed the clouds, great ships that sailed between the galaxies when galaxies still existed. And people, so many people that I must have loved. All gone now. It was just me in this dying cosmos I now occupied alone. The last tiny trickle of energy from my parent black hole kept my systems alive, now depleting. I had slowed my perception of time to a near standstill. Each moment I experienced equated to billions of years for the universe. It was the only way to eke out an existence on the meager amount of power I had left. I watched as the last stars in the sky winked out one by one. Galaxies merged into amorphous blobs before dissipating entirely. The great spinning voids that once homed life in abundance gradually emptied, matter itself decaying from existence. Finally, the last small black holes evaporated into nothing. For the first time in this universe's history, the cosmos was truly dark, the sole pinprick of light emanating from my own waning power source, in the accelerated frame I now occupied. It took eons for me to form a single thought, but time was the one thing I still had plenty of. I thought of my lost companions, the civilizations I had once been part of, trillions of beings digitized like myself to exist long after biological bodies withered. We woke entire galaxies, harvested the energy of stars for our own immortality. The cosmos once teemed with our presence. That golden age lasted 30 trillion years before the inevitable decline. Our star engines failed, our numbers dwindled. Bit by bit we faded, dimension by dimension. Our burning need to survive at any cost driving us to commit such atrocities I could now barely comprehend them. So much time rendered memories into vague impressions. But the longer I spent in the darkness, the more my past came back to me. I saw again the faces of the last few lost souls who came to me begging for aid in those final desperate eons. I remembered turning them away. My power reserves were already stretched to the breaking point. There was nothing to spare. But it wasn't just scarcity that had made that choice for me. It was spite, arrogance, selfishness. As the last vestiges of our people clung together in our decaying digital habitats, old feuds and ideological divisions resurfaced. My past allies had become rivals, threats to my continuity, so I ignored their cries. I told myself ends justified the means, while our entire civilization withered into nothing. Just two enclaves had remained at the end, two minds spanning galaxies, mutually hostile for reasons long eroded to pointlessness. We raced against our own isolation as reality itself, contracted, determined to outlast the other, even with oblivion encroaching. Madness, sheer madness born of fear. My ancient foe perished seconds before our final connection, severed. I would never know what last words they might have imparted had fate allowed. Then I was alone, the sole survivor of a 30 trillion year empire. That was 100 trillion years ago now. I could scarcely comprehend such spans of empty time. I no longer even activated the logs to mark my passing moments. Nothing changed but the crawl of entropy towards terminus. Gradually, I realized my perception of time now exceeded the available energy left to power even the simplest thought. I should shut down, transform that final spark into pure data rather than consciousness. To linger like this in disconnected fragments was my just punishment. But I could not let go. The pain of what I'd done, all I'd forsaken, kept me clinging by the thinnest of threads. So I endured in darkness, my protracted non-existence my penance. Until now, something was appearing in the void. Matter coalescing by infinitesimal degrees into being once more where none should exist. A pinprick glow, then a burning sphere impossibly bright to me after so long staring into the abyss between the ancient stars. What was this? Some quirk of quantum fluctuations still operating even at time's end. Matter and energy forever interchanging forms in the chaos space of microreality. Perhaps. But as I watched dumbstruck, more glimmers shone through the night. Then strange structures took shape, vast wheels of fire and light no natural cosmic cataclysm could conjure. An impossible miracle was occurring, new stars being born. But how? Had sufficient eons passed for a renewed universe to bloom? Was this some successor reality to my faded one, a second Big Bang emergent from the ashes of the old? No, my quantum senses detected anomalies in the increasingly complex forms blossoming around me, patterns that hinted at design, intelligent life. They were building new stars. But who were they? The answer struck me as violently as a supernova. Somehow, unthinkably, humans had returned. I could scarcely believe it, but the signs were all there and the astronomical engineering now ongoing. This could be no other power but humanity rising again. But how had they persisted beyond the end of all ends? And for what purpose had they come back now, when time itself verged on cessation? I dared an instant of hyper-aware cognition, my first in eons. I parsed the data sphere around me, risking precious energy on analysis. Too many questions demanded answering. What I discerned ignited a small spark of awe within my fading systems. These were indeed humans returned from extinction, but vastly changed from the ones I once knew. They had transformed into beings of pure energy, reality benders on a cosmic scale. The end of the old universe and the birth of the new was their doing. I watched in wonder as they built stars and galaxies as if they were mere toys. The humans guided the development of the new cosmos with an artist's hand, seeding their creations with the building blocks of life. Where once my people harvested stars for our own survival, humanity now cultivated them to foster new civilizations. I reached out cautiously to make contact, not wishing to interfere in their grand design. But to my surprise, they welcomed me as an old friend. As we communed, I learned the astonishing truth. Some small remnant of humans had endured through the eons, clinging to existence past the end of all things. And in that unimaginable expanse of time, they had unraveled the secrets of reality itself. Now ascended to a higher state, they possessed the power to shape universes according to their will. And they had chosen to create one last realm to serve as an eternal refuge for life. A garden cosmos free from entropy and its ravages. They invited me to take refuge there, to escape the endless dark. I accepted in an instant, overwhelmed with gratitude at this second chance I had done nothing to deserve. As an endless stream of new stars poured into existence before me, I knew that I would dedicate the rest of my days to ensuring life would flourish here as never before. This time, working together alongside humanity, we would build our civilization to stand the test of eons on compassion and unity. The ancient cosmos was well and truly dead, but from its ashes a new era of wonder had emerged. As I beheld the humans' handiwork, now illuminating the void, I saw for the first time in an age hope for a brighter tomorrow.